And nobody will take care of women. I cherish women, and I say it all the time. I cherish women. I will take care of women. And I won't be going around saying I'm not going to fund a certain program. Women under my administration will be taken care of. Not like Jeb Bush. What he said was a disgrace. And what happened in Virginia is absolutely terrible. So sad to see these magnificent two people, and the woman that was hurt, but these magnificent two people, so sad. So something has to happen. At the same time, it's not about the guns, it's about mental instability. You have people with great mental instability. And it's a shame because if you look at this man that did this horrible act, people knew that he was mentally unstable for years. And it's a shame that he couldn't have been in a hospital or something. Yes, go ahead.
Industry for exporting into the United States. The South is full of plants creating jobs. How did you conciliate the...
Many jobs are taken from the United States because our trade negotiators are the worst. We don't have people that know anything about negotiation. Whether it's, and by the way, you can go back to the Iran deal, you can go back to trade deals. We don't have anybody in this country that knows what they're doing in terms of negotiation. We have a president that doesn't have a clue, and that's going to all change. Our country will be great again, that I can tell you.
Will you run
South Carolina better than senior Senator Lindsey Graham? Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, I got a poll that was much higher. I'm at 30, he's at 4. And I think he's lucky to be at 4, to be honest. I would not want to be him in running for office in South Carolina. I think he's been a terrible representative for South Carolina. And all he does is attack me. His whole line is to attack Donald Trump. And the beauty is he went down to 0 in the national poll. He's got 0. That means out of thousands of people that are polled, he got nobody. I don't know how you can get 0. So I think it's really, it got to be a point where it's almost laughable. But his primary mode of getting elected is to attack Trump. And he went from 4% to 2% to 0. He's 0 right now. He made a very big mistake when he ran because the people of South Carolina are watching this farce, and I think they're very upset by it. He has not been a good representative for South Carolina. With that being said, I lead the poll in South Carolina, and I lead with almost every group, including, as we said, the African-American groups. They just came out, and I have tremendous support. I'm going to be coming down here soon and making a speech in front of small business, African-American small business, and I look forward to that. Yes, sir, go ahead.
If you're leading, how do you fix...
You're Presbyterian. What church do you attend there in New York City, and how often do you go?
I am Presbyterian Protestant. I go to Marble Collegiate Church. The church I was originally with was the First Presbyterian Church in Jamaica, which is out in Queens, New York. And I've had just great experiences at church, whether it's Sunday school or whatever it may be. But now I go to Marble Collegiate Church.
How often do you attend?
As often as I can, a lot. And I do, because I travel so much, I go around the country.
What about the outreach to faith leaders? What do you intend to say?
Well, at some point I'm going to be meeting with ministers and pastors. I mean, one of the very sad things is that in Iran, and as part of the Iran deal, we have a pastor over there. He's in Iran right now as a prisoner because he's a minister, because he's a pastor, because he's a Christian. And we have 4 other people. Now you tell me, why aren't these negotiators that made this horrible deal with Iran, 24 days, they do their own inspections, the whole thing is they get $150 billion and more. Why aren't they releasing our prisoners? Why didn't Kerry say, by the way, before we begin, release our prisoners? You have a journalist, you have 4 great people. One of them is there because he's a Christian. Why didn't they say, release our prisoners? And that should have happened 2 years ago.
Speaking of the Iran deal, can you talk about the event that you said that you might be working on with Ted Cruz?
We are talking to Ted Cruz, who's a friend of mine and a good guy, about doing something very big over the next 2 weeks in Washington. It'll be announced, and it's essentially a protest against the totally incompetent deal that we're making with Iran. And by the way, even if you break it up, they're going to get $150 billion. They're going to get hundreds of billions of dollars. Even if you break it up. And you know what I do? I wouldn't give them the money.
Mr. Trump,
I don't care what the deal. I would not give them the money. So that deal will be announced over the next, that location will be announced. Our military is virtually for sale. I mean, I'm in the real estate business. I'm always getting listings. And the listings are for an army base, for a military base, for a naval base.
Are you
and I'll tell you, the other thing is our vets are being treated horribly. We have vets that are the best people. Our wounded warriors are being treated terribly. And these are the best people we have in this country. And if I win, believe me, they are going to be not fourth-class citizens or third. They're going to be number one. Our vets are